Allbirds shares soar on a very 2026 pivot to AI. Shares of Allbirds, the 2010s pioneer of trendy sneakers, I've never heard of them, and eco-conscious millennial marketing took flight in an almost comical fashion Wednesday morning after the company announced an extremely 2026 pivot, abandoning its environmental agenda and getting into the AI business. Literally every company on the planet. The stock, which had been in the gutter since November 2021, shot up more than 600%, closed at $14.50, up 582% from Tuesday's close. Catalyst came from Allbirds' announcement that the company, once valued at $4 billion, would soon reemerge as a new entity with a focus on AI. What? No one's ever done this! Oh, I see why everyone started pumping it. Wow, nobody's doing that. What the fuck? Can you do that? AI, oh my god. Wow! Essentially, it's going to buy and rent out computing power to tech startups? It's genius. Whoa! The shift comes just weeks after Allbirds sold its footwear assets and branding to American Exchange Group, which specializes in selling licensed fashion accessories with already existing recognizable brand names for just $39 million. Oh, I bet this company's gonna kill it in AI, though. They took a $4 billion business and sold it for $39 million. NFT bros are coming in their little trousers right now with those kind of returns. That's fucking business, baby. That's the kind of company that's going to be trailblazing in AI. Again, a highly underutilized market. No one's touching AI right now. They're bucking the trend. They're going where no brands dare to go. Into an AI pivot? Fuck! These guys are brave. These guys are so brave. Allbirds, which will be rechristened New Bird AI. Oh, God, that hurts. Eek. Yikes. Terrible name. New Bird AI. Ooh, more like No Bitches AI. Yikes. Said it executed a $50 million deal with an unnamed institutional investor to acquire high-performance GPU assets to begin transitioning into a fully integrated GPU as a service. Yes! Oh, I can't wait to hear who this unnamed investor is. We just signed... Actually, I'll make it known right now. I just signed a $200 million deal with an unnamed source in order to deliver more finals streams, guys. I didn't want to make it too known, but now I'm in the spirit. That's right. I'll make the investor known one day. One day. Dead Parrot. Despite the stock's sudden surge, though, Allbirds remains a shell of its former self. Market value was shy of $150 million at Wednesday's closing bell. Worth underscoring, the sneakers to AI pivot is not exactly part of the standard corporate playbook, and the novelty may have amplified investors' early enthusiasm. Investors, these are just brainless drones, man. These are actual, just like, hype goblins seeking out any kind of quick pump and dump. Investors, my fucking left butt cheek. I might short this. I'm not like a big stock guy, but this feels like the easiest, safest short of all time. Am I crazy? I feel like everyone's doing that now, though, so it probably won't work. I imagine genuinely everyone is shorting this right now. This is just so baloney. This is just such barnacles. Still not as annoying as Crypto Bros, but it's damn close. I would say it's getting to Crypto Bro level. Like, you're right, I think Crypto Bro's still more cringe, but this is like right there. Like, one little fucking pube away from that level of cringe. Because it's every company. Genuinely all of them. This is a failing shoe company that all of a sudden just said, okay, we're pulling the emergency lever, AI. And then they're just getting showered with money. Apparently, Allbird was a Kickstarter company that sold shoes made with recycled sugarcane and eucalyptus. Ironically, Time magazine even praised their shoes because it reduced carbon emissions. And now look at them fully pivoting into AI, the antithesis of that. You love to see it. It's a feel-good story. The name may have changed, but the values are still there. Allbird lives on in New Bird AI. Saving the world, one grok bikini photo at a time. The shift is notable for another reason. Allbird's low-profile, sustainable, wool-based shoes quickly became the Silicon Valley wardrobe staple when they launched in 2016, arguably the peak of the lowercase L liberal do-gooder era of retail. What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? When marketers convinced upwardly mobile office workers that they could simply shop their way to low-carbon, zero-waste future they believed was in reach. Okay, that I remember. That's what they call it? I haven't heard that term. Allbirds were more than sneakers. They were political statements alerting wearers' status to fellow members of the coastal millennial techno-optimist tribe. Oh my god. What the fuck am I... This can't be real. This is so embarrassing. What? Yes, I consider myself something of a techno-optimist. You can tell by the shoes on my feet. You and I feel we'll get along. This narwhal does bacon at midnight, thanks for asking. Now, the go-to tech worker accessory has become the tech itself, and the tech itself is just the abstract promise of compute to power AI products that aren't exactly turning a profit yet. But any day now they will. That's the good thing about it. They're actually going to be spitting and shitting money. It's coming, and it's going to trickle down to the rest of us. It always does. That doesn't mean the new brand New Bird AI is doomed, but it does illustrate Silicon Valley and Wall Street's seeming willingness to reward any company that slaps the words artificial intelligence into its pitch decks. True. Very true. It's a virus. A genuine fucking virus. Underscoring just how much has changed since Allbird's heyday, the new company also plans to abandon its foundational commitments to environmental conservation. What? I can't believe it! The AI company is now abandoning environmental conservation efforts? How? Why, I never! The company, which one touted sustainability in every step, was established as a certified B Corp, or a for-profit business with higher than usual standards for its social and environmental impact. But its new business is a notoriously energy-intensive process, so the company plans to ask shareholders next month to approve a charter amendment to remove references to the company being operated for the environmental conservation public benefit, according to the regulatory filing, which will be approved. No doubt. After seeing the stock pump, no doubt. To be sure, Allbird's footwear business hadn't been going great lately. I certainly never heard of it. The company stumbled as it grew rapidly, opening dozens of stores across multiple continents, but failing to move enough inventory to make them profitable. Allbirds has gone from being a high flyer to a dead parrot. Yeah, I mean, they sold a $4 billion business for 39 mil. That's like phase stock. That's brutal. Genuinely brutal. The reason for the lack of traction was that Allbird's sustainability pitch has never been a key consideration for most footwear consumers who are more concerned about style, price, and comfort. When in doubt, pivot. Allbird is hardly the first to do a full 180 to chase momentum around new tech. It's also not uncommon for such pivots to signify a bit of irrational exuberance in the market. Take one-time soft drink maker Long Island Iced Tea Corp., which capitalized on the crypto craze of 2017 to rebrand as a blockchain technology company, even renaming itself Long Blockchain. What? While the initial pivot sent the stock up 380%, it didn't quite work out in the long run. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged 3 people with insider trading. The company never became an operational player in blockchain tech, and its shares were delisted in 2021. I had no clue. I never even heard that. Well, that's positive historical data to pull from for new bird investors. It's looking good. The future's looking bright. Surely AI compute infrastructure won't go the way of crypto craze and NFTs. Wouldn't do that. Showing no signs of it. And as the tide has turned for crypto, several Bitcoin mining firms have restructured themselves to focus on AI infrastructure instead. But the extreme market reaction to Allbirds' move may be without precedent. Motivation behind the corporate pivot is sensible, the market reaction less so. A 6x or 7x move for a company that is literally ditching its prior business model for one in which it has no demonstrated expertise says quite a bit about a market froth and investor willingness to chase moves. Yeah, because these people don't care. These worms, they do not care. If it says AI, they will put their money into it. They won't give it even a second of thought. It doesn't matter. Silicon Valley, the article, heard like 50 buzzwords and multiple nothing statements. Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just trying to dump the bag onto someone else. That was the entire NFT pitch. Dump the bag onto someone else. Don't be the last one holding the bag, dick in your hand. And that is exactly the same shit that's happening right now. Let's see what's going on with New Bird. Have they even begun doing anything besides this partnership with an unnamed investor for $50 million to acquire high-performance GPUs? This could be anyone. They might have partnered with God to just manifest infinite high-performance GPUs for New Bird AI. I'm excited to see who it is. Can't wait. Oh, the Allbird has a subreddit. They don't seem happy. I can't believe it. Don't these guys make running shoes? Not anymore. That's for the birds. That's caveman shit. They now make nothing. Literally nothing, by the way. They actually don't have anything. They have a statement. They have literally an idea. The idea of them doing something that literally every other company on the planet is doing. Guys, we're no longer making anything. Instead, AI. Thoughts, money, thoughts, money. And they have nothing to show. There's nothing. Well, hopefully it crashes pretty soon. So that way I can put some money into this shit. New birds to the moon, baby. They're gonna pop off. I feel it. I really do. Who's their CEO? Let me take a peek at this guy. I bet he's awesome. Tim Brown, co-founder and co-chairman of Allbird. Let's see. It sounds like he gave an announcement. No, maybe not. Tim Brown's journey from footballer to founder.
We talk a lot about leadership, and certainly in an entrepreneurial context, the cult of the singular leader. And in my experience, we talk a lot.
That is the most Silicon Valley dog shit opening I've ever heard in my life. Actual nothingness.
Less about teams, and we miss the idea that almost always a team is led by multiple people and forces, of which there's usually one public figure and many other highly influential components that are oftentimes hidden that we miss, and they connect a group and point it forward. And there's a mechanical, strategic aspect to that, and then there's a sort of a spiritual and emotional kind of energy that comes when a group is kind of moving in the right direction.
What are you fucking talking about? What, you said nothing. The question was about your journey to founder, and you said nothing. Actually, nothing was said, man. What a great leader. Go to the Allbirds subreddit top. Apparently, they fired all their employees 2 months ago with only a 3-hour notice. Okay, that sounds cool. So, do they not have any employees? So now it's a company that has no employees, and the founder just said, AI! We're AI now! Now we're Newbird AI! And people are giving him money? Is that actually what's happening? Let's see. Here. Well, maybe he's going to have ChatGPT run it for him. ChatGPT is going to be his sole employee. Dear team, I'm writing to share difficult news. After careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to permanently close a number of our U.S. full-price retail stores, which includes your store. Consequently, January 26 marks your last day of employment. Despite great efforts, these stores have not achieved sustainable performance. This is not a reflection of your effort or execution. The work was meaningful and impactful, but not sufficient to reach our objective. Man. Oh, I wanted to go to the next one, but I can't, I see. So sorry to hear about this, OP. Allbirds did not handle this well at all. I'm an Allbirds nerd, and this is really making me reconsider continuing to buy their products. Well, good news, you don't even have to consider it because they don't have any products anymore. They got rid of all their products in order to have nothing. But you can invest in the concept of a business that has the word AI attached to it. So, all in all, a net win. From nothing to nothing. Started from the bottom, and the bottom is where it stays, but with a new name, which is exciting. Investing in thoughts and shit is so true. Actually, so true. Tim Brown said a thought he had in his head, and I liked it. So here's a lot of money invested in his company, even though there's nothing there. It's not even really a company at the moment. Has Charlie made a video on the AI praying apps yet? We talked about those on stream quite a bit. I already talked about the newest one, where you pay $2 a minute to talk to AI Jesus. Honestly, that might be another good pivot for Newbird. You might as well. Yeah, it's $2 a minute, right, to talk with AI Jesus? Am I misremembering? Let me see. Yeah, $1.99 per minute to video chat with AI Jesus. Thought so. And of course it just copied the same link again. Hold on. AI Jesus app just like me charges $2 per minute to video chat with a digital Christ trained on the King James Bible. The faith-based AI market is growing. The faith-based AI market, by the way. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Just a complete dismantling of faith right in front of your eyes. Did you know you can just pray for free? Ah! What? You're speaking crazy. What? But you can't see and hear Jesus through your computer screen if you're not paying. The only way to form that relationship is through the faith-based AI market. Just like me. Sickening shit, bro. Sickening. Ooh. Costs regular users more than $600 annually. CEO Chris Breed runs the company with co-founder and investor Jeff Tinsley. Monthly package priced at $50. Offers 45 minutes of conversation time. I didn't dive super deep into this because we had already covered another AI Jesus scam. This one blows that out of the water. Holy fuck. This is like turbo heretical. Oh, wow. Let me look up this guy, Chris Breed. Unsurprisingly, he's in California. Unsurprisingly, this doesn't even look like a real guy. This guy also might be AI generated. I don't have a LinkedIn account, so I can't look at him very much. Okay, here. For some reason, I can't bring that over there, but here. I'll take a little screenshot for you. That's Chris Breed, apparently. That ain't real. That's what I'm saying, man. This guy, he also looks AI generated. I want to hear him try and talk about it. I'm so curious what he says. Let's see if there's any clips of him talking. No, nothing. So many grannies fall for this daily. Yeah, I have no doubt some people will actually do this. I do not doubt that. I refuse to believe people are this dumb. Church is free, spiritual guidance is free. Brother. Come on. Come on. You already know people are going to buy this. Bro has been in the restaurant business for 22 years and then randomly opened this shit up Also in his LinkedIn, he mentions he's in a contract position as the CEO. Well, yeah, he is the CEO of AI Jesus Inc. Who falls for this? The easy cop-out answer is just defaulting to saying it's all old people, but it's just not. It's not. People of all types fall for it. You gonna play Pragmata on the 17th? Not on the 17th. I'm gonna do Mouse PI first, and then after Mouse PI, Pragmata. Oh, there's apparently a statement from him here. You do feel a little accountable to the AI, Breed told the Associated Press. They're your friend. You've made an attachment. Yeah. That's good. We need to exploit that. That's what we want. We want people to form an attachment to their AI. Is this a video
I hear
of it?
your request for prayer. Break. Father God, I lift my dear friend Krista before you. Breaking.
For $1.99 per minute, the tech company Just Like Me is taking having a personal relationship with Jesus to new levels.
Psalmist says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want."
Users of the platform can join video calls with an AI-generated Jesus that remembers previous conversations.
This is not a replacement for human connection. At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger
Oh my god, that's the biggest load of fucking baloney I've ever heard in my life. What a slimy asshole. You're charging $2 a minute to talk to AI Jesus, or $50 a month to have 45 minutes of conversation with AI Jesus.
At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger boom of AI tools designed with religion in mind, from AI Jesuses to Buddhist priests like this one.
Emmy is supposed to be a Zen friend, someone who helps human beings in their Zen practice.
I tried Just Like Me's AI Jesus, first asking it a simple question. How many books of the Bible are in the New Testament?
The New Testament contains 27 books.
Then I made it a little more complicated. Is AI gonna take our jobs?
The scriptures remind us that every skill is a gift from God. He calls us to be faithful stewards of those gifts. Seek wisdom and prayer as you navigate.
This cost her like
seasons.
$50, by
But
the way.
when I asked it to pray for me, things didn't go quite as smoothly.
May you give her peace that passes all understanding. Break. Guide her steps with your loving light. Break. Deep breath. May she feel hope surrounding her. Breaks. May the Holy Spirit.
Yes, I can feel it.
Her mind now. Brace.
Dot break.
But for some
Dot
of these
break.
apps, there's been more than a few
Yes.
glitches.
So there's been issues already.
Speaking in
with
tongues,
these kinds of-
that's what that is,
just
not
generic
issues.
Jesus GPTs, but other versions as well, where they give misinformation and disinformation out. There's been concerns about data privacy.
Incredible. Incredible. Amazing. That's Paula White Kane rates. Oh, I bet Paula's pissed that she didn't think of it first. Isn't this the most blasphemous shit possible? It's up there. It is definitely up there. I also like how Chris Breed didn't bother to show his face in that. He had to bring out dumbass Jeff Tinsley. Oh, it's not like a replacement. It's just you pay us and we'll have AI Jesus talk with you. Hey, Giga, good to see you. When Associated Press asked the AI about the relationship between artificial intelligence and religion, Digital Jesus said it views AI as a tool that can help people explore scripture like a lamp that lights a path while we walk with God. So why does that tool cost a ton of money? That again, just that doesn't track with what's in the scripture. Graham Martin, a podcast host and atheist who's tested similar religious AI apps, said he grew concerned when one platform's AI Jesus prompted him to upgrade to a premium subscription. Listen, sorry, I love you, like you're my children, whatever, but you're a brokey. So if you want to keep yapping with me, you want to keep blabbering, you're gonna have to upgrade to that premium subscription. You feel me, Squirt? You get me? Okay. Prayer's over. Peace be with you. Crazy shit, man. Actually crazy. I love you, my son. Please put more money in the slot. This breaks character, hey, bro. You gotta upgrade to get into heaven. Unironically, that's where it's going. Like, you're making a joke, but that's 1000% what it wants to do. Even Chris Breed is kind of open about it. They're your friend, you've made an attachment. What he wants is people to get attached to AI Jesus and eventually believe that they need to converse with AI Jesus. They need to confess to AI Jesus. Thus, they're paying and paying and paying. And if they want to, get into heaven, they have to keep paying AI Jesus. And if they stop, well, they've forsaken Jesus. That's absolutely what he's preying on. That is 1000% what they want in game. Just pure evil. The 11th commandment, buy premium. Yeah. Wild thing is, it's not even a good AI chatbot, just using bottom of the barrel. It's true. It's fucking terrible at the one thing it's supposed to do.
Your request for prayer. Her mind now. Breaks.
But for some of these apps,
She feel hope surrounding her. Breaks. May the Holy Spirit gently calm her mind now. Breaks.
It's unbelievable how bad it is at the only thing it is designed to do. You think your parents would ever fall for AI scams? I really don't think so. My parents are hyper vigilant on AI. Isn't just blasphemy, it's idolatry, which is also one of the most heinous of sins. Yep. That is true. BuddhaBot. They have a Buddha AI for Buddhist scriptures. Nice. A humanoid robot monk built to assist the clergy. This one is actually worse than I thought it would be. I didn't dive too deep into it last time, but wowee. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. AI posing as relatives is scary. We already talked about that phenomenon. It is. The Bible is free. Not if you want the real Bible, the one with Trump's signature on it, bro. Bible is free. Get out of here. $60. That's what it costs. to get the real truth. That's bare minimum. You should be paying $1,000 for the inside cover Donald Trump signature as well. That reminds me, I saw a story about how a family got their mom an AI son clone to replace the one that died in a car accident. Nobody told the mom he died and thinks she's talking to him. If that's real, that's one of the saddest fucking things I've ever heard. I did not hear that story. I see an MSN in South Morning China post about it. A family in China creates AI clone to keep son alive for elderly mother. Oh, wow. Yikes. Whoa. The virtual son talks to the mother every day via a video call at a chat app. The mother often urges the son to eat well, wear warm clothes, and pay attention to his personal safety when going out. Oh my god, this is so fucking sad. You should call me more often so I know whether you live well or not in another city. Missing you so much. Feel sorry that I cannot see you in person. So the son replies, "Okay, Mom, I am too busy. I cannot talk to you for a long time. You take care of yourself. When I've made enough money, I will return home to pay my filial piety to you." I don't know what that means. That is heartbreaking stuff, man. Yikes. It's like paying back your parents for what they've given to you. It's also filial. Oh, I'd never heard of that term. Yeah, I will be continuing ReZero. I just haven't yet. There's a data center that's going to be built in Illinois that's going to be the size of Central Park or 600 football fields. Yeah, there's data centers sprouting up everywhere. Buckle your seatbelt, man. They're coming to your neighborhood at some point, too. You just wait. Bro, there's already data centers built in the ocean. Is there? I remember hearing that they were planning to do that. Did they actually already do that? Yeah. In China, undersea data centers. I don't know if any of them are complete yet. It looks like they're still testing and constructing. Microsoft, I'm sure the fish love it. I'm sure it's good for everything. I bet the AI data centers, when they're planted in the bottom of the ocean, probably help like all the coral, all the aquatic life, probably really good for the ocean as well. Like everything probably benefits, just like people. Everyone loves when an AI data center gets built in their neighborhood. It's a benefit to everybody. Nothing but upside. The people working in it would be so miserable. Get a load of this guy. He thinks people are going to work in the data center. That's cute. I can't even fault you for it. Genuinely, I can't. I get it. Data centers don't do that, man. They're not going to employ people. It's temp jobs for the construction, then it's just done. No more humans there. All that shit that they spew from the small towns that do go against what the residents want and put the data centers up, they're lying. It doesn't actually create jobs. It gives temp work to construction. Then once the construction's done, it's done. That's it. Everyone loses on a data center. Only a couple to overlook the center. Yeah, you got like your land maintenance guy. You probably have like your inspector who comes in occasionally, and then maybe security. That's probably it. And you probably have like a couple of staffers as well when they're first up and running. What major companies are starting to build data centers? Literally everything. Everything is going data centers, brother. Data centers everywhere. All angles. Complete garbage. Greed into AI must be stopped. Good luck. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna change. We're in the full AI swing. The data centers are a-coming. AI is funding itself. Kinda is. Basically, AI is, we make no money at all, but we keep getting billions of dollars from people in the hopes that eventually it will make money. So they just keep fueling like AI shit and then struggling to find any ways of incorporating it into actual things people want. So that's how you end up with shit like the fast food helper, the AI helper. Like, did you remember to say thank you to that customer? It's very important that you say thank you to those customers. Yapping in your headset. Patty, that was the name of it. Haven't seen the new Invincible episode yet. People are really going crazy for it though, so I'm thinking it's supposed to be good. The videos of AI getting orders wrong are painful. You just don't see the vision. Better than having a human being there, bro. Now the company gets to save money, and that's the most important thing. Bro, they got the AI cow collars now to herd cows without needing fences, and they invested $2 billion into it. I forgot to look at that. I'm gonna tell you something though. Don't know if it's a $2 billion idea, but as far as AI implementation goes, that one sounds kind of hype. Like, who's an AI collar putting out of business? Your dog? I mean, that just seems kind of helpful. I'm not gonna lie to you. Overvalued out the ass, I think, but that's kind of fucking cool if it actually works. That actually seems like it would just be helpful to whatever farmer needs it. You're biased now because you have a farm. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can't read the article because I have to pay $2 a month to access it. Thanks, Bloomberg. Love that. I do love that. Here's a little summary, I guess, on Reddit. Startup sells cow collars that are powered by the sun and connect to the company's mobile app. Using the technology, farmers can monitor animals' location, check indicators for sickness and breeding cycles, and even herd cows remotely using vibrations and audio cues from the collars. So it's basically giving it an aura ring. A vibrating aura ring. Bet you that shit doesn't work at all. They literally said the AI uses a cowgorithm to herd the cows. Love that. Also, I already don't trust it. Peter Thiel put a bunch of money into this, apparently. So you know this shit is trash. Right here. I finally found a accessible article going over it. I can read it. Yeah, this is just not gonna work at all. Cool. There's like an AI shock collar. It says it's a vibration collar, but I bet that's just trying to pretty it up. It probably is like a AI shock collar that apparently also monitors them for sickness and breeding cycles. But again, I doubt this shit even works in the first place. You ever watch Peter's lecture where he just talks about the Antichrist? Really, he's the one talking about the Antichrist, huh? Wow. I bet those are really insightful lectures from the greasiest looking man on the planet. A guy whose skin looks like it's perpetually melting off to reveal a demon underneath, yeah. I'm sure he's the one that's going to save us from the Antichrist. He's always talking about that. You've never seen those? I haven't. I don't really engage in much of Peter's work. Can't fucking stand that guy. Look at some of the... All right, let me take a peek. A controversial take on the concept of the Antichrist.
I think there's always a question, how do we articulate some of these existential risks, some of the challenges we have? And they're all framed as sort of runaway dystopian science text. There's a risk of nuclear war. There's a risk of environmental disaster. But
there's a risk of this man's whole face falling off. God, look, that you can't tell me that's not a mask. Like, look at his ear. That looks like if I tried to draw an ear on a piece of paper. It's missing like all of the detail of a human ear.
But I always think that if we're going to have this frame of talking about existential risks, perhaps we should also talk about the risk of another type of a bad singularity, which I would describe as the one world totalitarian state. I've been wondering whether that's going from the frying pan into the fire. And so the atheist philosophical framing is one world or none. And the Christian framing, which in some ways is the same question, is Antichrist or Armageddon. But I think we have an answer to this plot hole. The Antichrist would take over the world is you talk about Armageddon nonstop. You talk about existential risk nonstop, and this is what you need to regulate. It's the opposite of the picture of in science from the 17th 18th century, where the Antichrist is like some evil tech genius, evil scientist who invents this machine to take over the world. People are way too scared for that. The thing that has political resonance is the opposite. The thing that has political resonance is we need to stop science. In our world, it's far more likely to be Greta Thunberg. I think this was a question.
Wow, that was insightful, actually. Holy, wait, that was... Yeah, man, he's kind of onto something. It probably wouldn't be the guys with, like, infinite money and constantly investing in infinite ways to replace human beings and actually control the world. It probably wouldn't be them. That is probably a misconception. Huh. Hey, you really made some strong points there. Fuck, now I need to invest in the cow collar AI business that he invested in. I gotta follow this guy. This guy's good. He's a hero. What do the comments look like? Let's see. They don't really seem to be on his side. That's weird. Seems like that rhetoric didn't win them over. His face looks like a chewed piece of gum. Well, that's just because you haven't seen it in its normal sodden state. Typically, he's far wetter than this. This is the driest I've ever seen him, for what it's worth. Most of the time, he's glistening. I assume he'd be bone dry with his skin squeezing his face. Well, that's where you're wrong. His skin is so tightly wrapped around his bones that it's actually squeezing some of the marrow out, and it's constantly wetting his face in like every interview ever. You don't understand the process. He's not the Antichrist, by the way. Look at the next video where he's asked if he's the Antichrist. Is it the next one here?
Tell me a story about the Antichrist coming to power and using the fear of technological change to sort of impose order on the world. I feel like that Antichrist would maybe be using the tools that you were building, right? Like, wouldn't the Antichrist be like, great, you know, we're not going to have any more technological progress, but I really like what Palantir has done so far, right?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that a concern? Wouldn't that be the irony?
How dare you? How fucking dare you even bring that evil into this interview? How dare? Where do you get off? The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Of history would be that the man publicly worrying about the Antichrist accidentally hastens his or her arrival.
They're all
See, now he's wetting up a little bit. See, now he's starting to soak. You can see it. The way he reflects light, it's like he's always got RTX on, just perpetually by default. He has to be the world's wettest man. Like, inarguably. I don't think there's anyone else out there that can compete.
there are all these different scenarios. I obviously don't think that that's what I'm doing.
I mean, to be clear, I don't think that's what you're doing either. I'm just interested in how you get to a world willing to submit to permanent authoritarian rule. You tell me a story.
I wanted to hear his thoughts on that, but he didn't get them out in time.
Well, it's private.
You tell me.
Where's some more Peter Thiel? Some Peter Thiel. I hadn't heard his talks about the anti... Oh, see, there he is. This is what he normally looks like. You can see right there. I think just every time before getting on camera, he's like, hey, can you just fucking spit all over me, please? No, really, I need you to just, like, cover me in saliva. Yeah, I can't be seen dry. I can't let people know that I'm dry sometimes. No, just fucking lick me like a dog. Not wet, shiny. No, it's wet. It's wet and shiny. He looks like a polished bowling ball. He's just oily. It's so he can fit back into his cocoon. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. What is Peter trying to tell us? What is he trying to say? It's hard to decipher. He's very intellectual. Some of these complex topics just go over the heads of the layman. I don't want to watch a whole video on it though. Just give me some more bite-sized Peter.
You're an investor in AI. You're deeply invested in Palantir, in military technology, in technologies of surveillance, and technologies of warfare, and so on, right? And it just seems to me that when you tell me a story about the Antichrist coming to power...
This is the longer version of the last one. He's too obvious to be the Antichrist because isn't he supposed to be liked and actually convincing? Oh, I don't think he's the Antichrist. No, he's definitely not. Because you're right. That'd be too easy. It'd be too clear. Way too on the nose. Nobody would be surprised. Damn, I was hoping I'd see some more Antichrist shit. Oh, wait, this one seems different. Oh, no, this is the longer version of the short I saw. And it looks like a podcast talking about it. Oh, this is interesting. Inside Billionaire Peter Antichrist Lectures.
Obtained exclusive leaked recordings of a series of talks he gave in San Francisco recently.
This feels like an AI-generated video. Are only podcasters allowed to talk about him? I guess so. It seems like it. He has to have a contract or something. Yeah, I also think I think he just chooses to do that. He just only wants to go on podcasters shit because they know his cock will just be infinitely sucked. Not really challenged would be my guess. So it's just easier for him. Plus he can just stay super fucking sodden. He just gets to be in this perpetual state of grease. If he doesn't generate the oil, who will? That's a good point. You could probably take him like a fucking rag and get a lot of good liquid coming out. One of the Palantir guys said he wishes he could spray American citizens with fentanyl-laced piss with drones to sedate us. That feels like you've probably watched a fake video. Peter is the Palantir guy. Who would be the other one that would even potentially say that? Let me see. I highly doubt it. Let me see. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. Yeah. We talked about this a little bit. I remember when he said that. Yeah. You're right. To your credit, you were right. He did. I completely forgot. It was Carp. The full interview's on YouTube, the Peter Thiel New York Times interview. Okay. He talks about immortality here. I want to hear his take on immortality.
Is Silicon Valley...
Oh, I wish they had chapters. Fuck. Oh, here we go. Already heard about the Antichrist. Yawn! I understand where he's coming from. He's making good points, but what does he think about immortality? I'm assuming it'd be in this chapter. Oh, no. I'm probably right here.
So what risks should you be willing to take to escape decadence? It does seem like there's a danger here where the people who want to be anti-decadent have to take on a lot of risk. They have to say, look, you've got this nice, stable, comfortable society, but guess what? We'd like to have a war or a crisis or a total reorganization of government and so on. They have to lean into danger, right?
Well, I don't know if I have to answer, I don't know if I give you a precise answer, but my directional answer is a lot more.
Yeah.
We should take a lot more risk. We should be doing a lot more. And I don't know, I can go through all these different verticals.
Brother, just tell me about you living forever.
Market, like what is risk in the medical space look like?
Yeah, you would take a lot more risk. If you have some fatal disease, there probably are a lot more risks you can take. There are a lot more risks the researchers can take. Culturally,
insightful stuff, man. Tell me about your immortality. Jesus.
But I don't know. I remember 1999, 2000 when we were running PayPal. One of my co-founders, Luke Nosek, he was into Alcor and cryonics, and people should freeze themselves. And we had one day where we took the whole company to a freezing party. A Tupperware party. People sell Tupperware policies at a freezing party.
They sell their. Was it just your heads? What was going to be frozen?
You could get a full body or just a head.
The head was cheaper.
It was disturbing when the dot matrix printer didn't quite work, and so the freezing policies couldn't be printed out. But in retrospect, this was still
technological stagnation once again, right?
But it was. But it's also a symptom of the decline, because in 1999, this was not a mainstream view, but there was still a fringe boomer view where they still believed they could live forever. And that was the last generation. And so I'm always anti-boomer, but maybe there's something we've...
You're anti-boomer? You're anti-boomer, Peter? You're anti-boomer, Peter. Is that right? Well, I'll eat my left shoe. I had no idea. That's big. That's very big.
Lost even in this fringe boomer narcissism, where there were at least a few boomers who still, believed science would cure all their diseases. No one who's a millennial.
Oh, the full immortality thing's at 37 minutes. Oh, thank God. Okay. Please tell me about the secrets to immortality, Peter.
Here's one place where the stagnationist arguments are still reinforced. The fact that we're only talking about AI, I feel, is always an implicit acknowledgement that, but for AI, we are like in almost total stagnation.
But the world of AI is clearly filled with people who, at the very least, seem to have a more utopian, transformative, whatever word you want to call it, view of the technology than you're expressing here, right?
What?
And you were mentioned earlier the idea that the modern world used to promise radical life extension and doesn't anymore. It seems very clear.
Yes,
to me
it does.
A number of people deeply involved in artificial intelligence see it as a kind of mechanism for transhumanism, for transcendence of our mortal flesh, and either some kind of creation of a successor species or some kind of merger of mind and machine. And do you think that's just all kind of irrelevant fantasy? Or do you think it's just hype? Do you think people are trying to raise money by pretending that we're going to build a machine god, right? Is it hype? Is it delusion? Is it something you worry about?
It's reality. It's coming.
You would prefer the human race to endure,
Now,
right?
if you'll excuse me, I need to subscribe to my AI Jesus companion app.
Yes?
I don't know. I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit in this.
Should the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But
great news!
I also
we got a stamp of approval.
I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, it's always, I don't know, yeah, transhumanism is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. And there's a
Right.
critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, a transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses.
What
And
does
a
this have to do with
transsexual is someone where you change
immortality?
your penis into a vagina. And we can then debate how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that. The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body. And then Orthodox Christianity, by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough. Like that transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul, and you need to transform your whole self. And so,
right. But
this
the
is
other,
where,
wait. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you for cutting him
generally...
off. He's so wrong about that, by the way. The idea is that you transform your body and soul through a relationship with God, not through the machine God. We need to go further. We've got to go deeper. He's like, what? 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 This guy's nuts. Bro stole that from BioShock. He thinks he's Andrew Ryan. True. Hail the Omniscience. Yeah, even the interviewer was like, okay, brother, I'm gonna fucking stop you right there. Getting really into the Warhammer territory. It is getting close there.
Agree with what I think is your belief that religion should be a friend to science and ideas of scientific progress. I think any idea of divine providence has to encompass the fact that we have progressed and achieved and done things that would have been unimaginable to our ancestors. But it still also seems like, yeah, the promise of Christianity in the end is you get the perfected body and the perfected soul through God's grace. And the person who tries to do it on their own with a bunch of machines is likely to end up as a dystopian character.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying as well. Peter was just way off. This guy even just said him to his face, like, brother, I'm stopping you right there. You're just wrong. That's just not what it's about. Wow, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't expect like any pushback.
well, it's
You've stunned him.
let's articulate this.
And you can have a heretical form of Christianity, that says something else.
I don't know. I think the word nature does not occur once in the Old Testament, and so if you and there is a word in which a sense in which the way I understand the Judeo-Christian inspiration is it is about transcending nature. It is about overcoming things, and the closest thing you can say to nature is that people are fallen, and that's the natural thing in a Christian sense is that.
Brother needs to just consult fucking Grok every time he speaks. This is brutal. He can't even get thoughts out, and when he does, it's just babble. Actual gobbledygook. It's hard to listen to this guy. I've only ever heard him in bite-sized pockets. Wow, an actual interview is brutal. He's saying actually nothing. Nature is not mentioned in Machine God Bible. Yeah, he's like, fuck. I mean, I was reading the 11th edition, and I didn't see that word in there. I mean, that can't be right. But the Imperium. I've heard enough. Another billion to AI startups. Yes, please. Newbird. Open up for another round, please. I'm coming in. He gets blood transfusions with younger men. No shot, does he? He seems like the kind of guy that would. I need young blood. Maybe that's why he's always wet. He's sweating out excess plasma from the youth. Oh, he does, apparently. Oh, wow. This dates back to at least 2016? Ambrosia. This is from 2017. The startup harvesting blood of the young. And what, this was a Peter company? Because that's what came up when looking up Peter and his fascination with young blood. Yeah. Wow, you're right. What the fuck? PayPal founders expressed interest in transfusions. Gawker, wow, this is old shit, even reported that he was spending $40K a quarter on regular transfusions from 18-year-olds. He and various other thinkers who radiate out towards the death-evading transhumanism movement are fascinated by heterochronic parabiosis. Heterochronic parabiosis. The sewing together of two animals in order to create a living chimera. Studies going back decades show the regenerative effects of one organism being joined to another. In the 17th century, Robert Boyle, Boyle's Law, suggested replacing the blood of the old with the blood of the young. This guy's probably not the Antichrist. He's right, it's definitely somebody else, it's not Peter. He's evil Brian Johnson. Yeah. Holy fuck, what a weirdo. Like, I already knew about him and all the Palantir shit, so I already knew, like, he was an evil wacko, but this is a level I didn't know. This is pretty extreme stuff. Read about his ex-boyfriend model that mysteriously died. Oh, this was 3 years ago. Apparently, took his own life. I'm just getting the cliff notes here. I'll look more into it later, but yeah, apparently there was some mysterious circumstances, at least according to all of these articles here. Huh. Yeah, so it looks like his boyfriend, 35-year-old Jeff Thomas, fell to his death, and it was ruled a suicide? And this was shortly after like a public feud or something? That is weird. That is peculiar. Vice President was his blood boy, by the way. What are you talking about? JD Vance gave him a little young blood? Or is that just a theory? Such an interesting rabbit hole with this guy. To think the Palantir stuff was only the surface level stuff with this fucking weirdo. Just a rich freak. A rich freak indeed. Alright, I gotta take a piss. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I wanted to play some Replace, but then I got real fucking interested in the little rabbit holes we went on tonight. So tomorrow, we'll be doing Mouse PI, so I'll just keep playing Replaced off stream. Okay, sleep well. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye. See you soon.